Today, I'm going to talk about people with developmental disabilities and some of the unique challenges they face when it comes to building a career throughout their lives. Who are individuals with developmental disabilities? So, when we talk about developmental disabilities, we really are talking about the lifelong conditions that usually show up before someone turns around the age of 22. So, this typically includes intellectual disabilities, autism, cerebral palsy, Down syndrome, just to name a few. These conditions may affect like how the individuals learn, how they communicate or interact with others, but it is also important to remember that everyone is different and their abilities can vary from one person to another. Career preparation and socialization. So, people with developmental disabilities often don't get the same encouragement as their peers without disabilities. A lot of the focus tend to be on daily living skills rather than exploring career interests or thinking about long-term goals. So historically, they've often steered towards entry-level jobs, repetitive or sheltered jobs, and because of this, many never get to see that full potential or range of their career possibilities early on. Expectations from their teachers, family, and society can sometimes unintentionally hold them back, even when they have the potential to succeed on a bigger scale as their peers. Stereotypes and societal assumptions. So, unfortunately, when we think about these stereotypes and societal assumptions, society still holds a lot of stereotypes about people with developmental disabilities. So, some of the common assumptions are that they can work or they aren't dependable. They always need supervision. These ideas can really can be harmful because of they focus on what the individual can't do versus their strength. Though in current times, like current society, many employers who hire individuals with developmental disabilities, they find them to be reliable, dedicated, and highly satisfied in the role in their career field. But even so, those negative assumptions can still make it harder for them to get jobs and move up in their careers. So, workplace treatment and unique needs. In the workplace, people with development disabilities are more likely to be underemployed or unemployed. And when they do have a job, they may face challenges like fewer chances to move up within the workforce or have the accommodations they need, or they feel left out socially within their coworkers. And some benefits from things like clear instructions, consistent routine, job coaching, or assistive technology, but these supports are usually simple and low cost. When workplaces are inclusive and supportive, people with developmental disabilities often they do well as their coworkers and peers. So, in terms of counseling and workplace skills for success, working with individuals with developmental disability and within that population, it is important to focus on building skills that help them succeed at work, like things like communication, self advocacy, time management, and understanding what to expect in the workplace. So, counselors should take strength based, person centered approach helping individuals discover their abilities, their interests, as well as their goals. Supporting big transitions, such as moving from school to a job and working closely with their families and employers, can also make a big difference in how successful an individual with developmental disabilities will integrate within the workforce. So here I include is the inclusivity of individuals with developmental disabilities with employers. So, several companies actively hire people with developmental disabilities and provide support on the job. So, for example, Microsoft hires operation and administrative roles with the help of agencies. Walgreens bring people on in retail positions like cashiers, stockers, and AMC theaters offer jobs in guest services. So if someone is looking to connect with employers, there are great resources to help, such as Pride Industry. They help place employees with disabilities. Vocational Rehabilitation Agency assists with job prep and keeping a job. And ILS for Autism Employer Partners matches trained candidates with inclusive workplaces, and they also provide ongoing support as well. So, overall, individuals with developmental disabilities have valuable skills and strength to offer the workforce. Many of the barriers they face, it is not due to their abilities, but rather the societal attitudes and the lack of support. So, with the appropriate encouragement and accommodations and advocacy, individuals with developmental disabilities can achieve those meaningful and successful career. So, just a few things that I wanted to add as well, that as of 2024, 22.7 of people with disabilities were employed compared to 65.5% of people without disabilities. So even though that is a small percentage compared to the bigger part, it has been increasing steadily over the years, especially following the pandemic. Another key point here is from 2020 to 2024, the number of working age people with disability in the United States workforce grew from 1.5 million workers, raising from 4.7 million to 6.2 million. So that is a huge increase over the past few years of individuals with developmental disabilities, and that is a great increase due to the encouragement and providing advocacy, accommodations for individuals with developmental disabilities. And I know that over the few years, as long as these things continue to grow, the numbers will continue to grow with developmental disability individuals within the workforce.